All right, guys. I know I did a last video and I messed up the editing on it, and I never got another upload done. But Kiwi, what you doing, girl? It's a rainy day out here in the barn. I can't get a whole lot done, so I figured I'd do like a more formal review of the beta. There's not a whole lot of reviews online, and a lot of stuff you see is just kind of hit or miss. So I'm gonna go into some details I know about it. Backstory on me. I grew up riding dirt bikes a little bit, went dirt track racing for a long time, race cars, very mechanically inclined, but I'm not a, professional rider by no means on a motorcycle. Had a lot of street bikes and I can get around them, but yeah, just, I'm not a professional. So that's my backstory. And we'll go through some things I like about this thing and some things I don't. All right. So first things first, it's the 2023 Beta 300 RR, obviously, by the big giant boom tube pipe. Race edition. It has 18-inch rear. I believe it's a 21-inch front. Let's see. Yep, that's what I thought. Metzler tires. So this is one thing that a lot of people complain about when they get the bike is the tires. Number one thing I hear everyone say, well, just replace them. Don't even try riding on them. They are DOT legal tire in my state. I live in the sand, and they seem to do pretty well in the sand. I mean, honestly, they're not too awful bad. I have had Michelin, Starcross. I've had, let's think of some other brands. Kenda tires, I've had Shinko tires, and they all do pretty well in the sand. I like the front tires, not too bad. It's a little directional, but either way, that's the number one thing everybody complains about. But in the sand, I don't seem to have a problem. In the rocks and maybe nastier terrain, it might be a problem or a complaint. I really don't know, Another thing, comes with KYB forks, KYB rear suspension as well on the 2023 race edition. Let's see. Comes with, let's get down here at it. Comes with a carburetor instead of the, I guess, what do they call it? The fuel injection, whatever, throttle body, whatever they're calling it now. But this is an old school carburetor. You pre-mix. It does not have the automatic oil injection. That's one thing I was scared of on a new two-stroke. I'm kind of an older school guy, and I would rather mix it and know it's mixed. Comes with a composite rear sprocket. Man, and tell you, it rides really good. The place I bought mine from, they already put a heat cycle and everything in them when you buy them. So when I got it, I had to pull the choke a little bit. Your choke's right here, right there. Pull the choke a little bit, let it warm up, let it kind of break in for a little while. I did a couple. Comes with your trail gauge and everything. When I got the bike, it was in metric, of course, so kilometers, that sort of thing. If you hold down this button here, you can change it to miles per hour. But you got your miles on there, your hours, your trips. So I got 2.4 hours on it. You can do a timer on it. Check your voltage. Let's see, there's the timer. Various amount of things. The only other thing too, as far as up front, that everyone seems to have a little bit of a problem with is this light will kind of come on and come off. And what it is the connection side of here. If you just pop it down in there, put a zip tie around it and it'll fix that. Let's keep going. Here's your maps. You got your sunny and your wet, and there is actually a huge difference in the maps. In the wet, it feels like it's a 125. I mean, it is tame. You can lay into it, and it's a pretty tame bike. With the sunny on it, the map seems, it's just, it's ignition from, it's not changing fueling, obviously, because it's a carburetor. But there's a big difference, in my opinion. Electric start, of course. Got your lights, horn, and turning signals. Now you'd have to add your turn signal to it to make it street legal, but it does have the tail light and everything on it from the factory. Let's see. So I am 6 foot and 230 pounds. I'm heavy right now. I normally should be about 205. I've just kind of been building this place and gotten lazy and gotten fat. So when I got the bike, it was sprung for someone like 190. It was set up for like a 190 pound rider, is what I was told. From where I got it, the dealership is the guy that owns the dealership. He's a racer, so he told me that's about what it's set up for. Just in his experience. So what I did is I went up 2 clicks stiffer, and that really just set everything away from me. I haven't gotten around checking the sag. I know the sag's probably a little low on it right now with me just because I'm heavier. But I enjoy riding it. I mean, it's not bottoming out. When I got it from the factory, before I bumped up the forks and the rear, it was bottoming out with me. It felt like it was bottoming out pretty regularly when I'm coming through some higher speed stuff. But after I went up a couple clicks, it was fine. At high speed, it's real nice and stable in the front end. And, I mean, this motor runs just really. But let me crank it up and show you the gauges. So it's got your headlight indicator on there. It's got your check engine light that went away, of course, because there's no problems. Turn signals, if they were installed, you can buy them and get them installed. But got your horn. Well, I'm sorry, the horn's here. And then that's your bright light and your low light. The forks do come at the very top, so some guys want to run that down a little bit. You got your little lines there. I don't seem like the front end washes out on me, or I have a problem with turning, so I haven't ran the forks down yet. But that may be something that somebody wants to do. Only thing I've done is I've adjusted the clutch and front brake, rotated them down a little bit. I ride with them kind of fairly low, not super low, but yeah, I mean, it's a great bike. I've had to replace this bolt once or twice. That's one complaint I've got about it. It's out again after I've rode it for a couple hours. I don't know why, but it just comes out. It's not stripped, and it's got everything there that it's supposed to. So, they are new bikes, and you need to torque them down. But other than that, I mean, it runs really great. 2 hours I've put on, I've really enjoyed it. I've done some, thicker sand riding, some hills, some jumps. That's the only other thing I would say about it is I did go down on the rebound on the bottom, on the back shock, just because when I was jumping, I come from a 4-stroke last couple bikes I've rode, and when I was jumping, I felt like I was just nose heavy, and it was just partially me getting used to the new bike, but where my KTM just I felt more, linear when I was jumping. But only other thing that I know a lot of people complained about, and I will say, is this seat is like sitting on a piece of 2x4. It is terrible. I mean, awful. Get you another seat and it'll be fine. I've got one ordered for mine. But yeah, other than that, it's great. I mean, it's a fantastic bike. So I hope you guys, take a little bit away from this that are going to look to buy one, and there's not a whole lot of details. And I'm not a wizard on them, but they've got a lot of good parts, and they ride real good. I mean, low end power, you can just truck alone on this thing. So that's it for this video, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Last video got about 500 views, so that's good. I'm gonna keep making some good content. as I get closer and getting this house done, and just been wide open working. So just really hadn't had a chance to get a whole lot done right now. So you guys be safe, and remember, do your best and outwrench the rest. See you later.